What up, YouTube? It's your boy Naruto80 giving y'all another gaming review this time around. It's of the game Beyond Good and Evil HD, which is a downloadable title that is for the PS3 and Xbox 360. A little tidbit for you guys who, if you don't know already, this game came out for the last generation of consoles, for the PS2, the original Xbox, and also the Nintendo GameCube. I personally had it for the Nintendo GameCube and loved it. I think that was the best version, but everybody has their own. Everybody would say whatever was the best of the systems they played it on. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started. The story of this game. Pretty much you play as Jade, who is a freelance photographer and also the co-owner of an orphanage, and she lives in a lighthouse with her Uncle Paige, who she runs it with, and she lives on the planet Hillis. Now the planet Hillis, it looks just like the planet Earth, but it's got a different name. But the thing about this is they're at war. They're at war with the Doms, which are an alien, is an alien group that has been attacking Hillis for years now. And the people, they don't know why or whatnot, but during the attacks they are abducting people, and the population for Hillis is becoming less and less. Now, Hillis's quote-unquote defenders are the Alpha section, which is like a military group or a policing group, wherever you want to say they are, and they're supposed to defend the people of Hillis. But there's people in the Hillis population that feels like there's something fishy going on between the Doms and the Alpha sections, and they're trying to understand, they're trying to get down to the bottom of it. This group of people, they run a newspaper called the Iris, like the Irish Network, and they pretty much try to spread out propaganda to try to get, the people of Hillis on their side, to say, just to tell them or get them to believe that everything's not all what there seems between the Alpha section and the Doms. There's something going on. And as Jade, you get roped into this struggle of finding out what's the truth and what's the lie. And when you get roped into this, with the Irish Network, you're trying to discover the truth behind the Doms and their abductions, but you later find out something even more terrifying for the people of Hillis as the story progresses. The gameplay of this game, it's a third-person action game. It's like a Zelda type game, but instead of a sword and a slingshot, you got a staff and a disc thrower. Let's see. Pretty much the comparison that this game makes to Zelda is that there are boss battles in the game, but it's not that many, just like 3 boss battles, compared to Zelda, which they got like maybe like 8 or 9 boss battles. But this one has 3 boss battles. In this game, instead of getting by the way that I think the comparison also leads to Zelda is the upgrade system. Pretty much instead of upgrading your weapons, you upgrade your means of transportation. Pretty much throughout the majority of the game, you pretty much are traveling by hovercraft, and you as you play the game, you upgrade your hovercraft, and later on down the road you actually get a spaceship which you upgrade to get to other levels in the game. Another way that this game, that you upgrade the currency of how to upgrade these things is by pearl. You find these different types of pearls by either defeating enemies or completing missions. Also during mini games, which I will talk about later, and also buying them. I think I said buying them, but anyway, the mini games in this game kind of make the game a little bit more deeper. Uh, Makes them deeper. The different types of mini games in Beyond Good and Evil are you can play in races, which, if you get first place, you get pearls or you get money. You can play find the ball in the coconut game. And also there's a air hockey game that you can compete in. And also there's different places where you can go and find pearls at sections that are blocked off by the alpha section, that are a part of the pedestrian section of Hillis. Let's see. Pretty much this game, playing it one time through, it can be a 12 to 13 hour game, but if you are an expert and if you played this game before, it probably take you maybe 7 hours to beat tops, if you're experienced and know where everything is in the game, which isn't too hard. Within this game, as you play Jade, you also have companions that play alongside you. It's either your Uncle Page, who's a pig, go figure, but that's at the start of the game, and later on in the game you get another companion known as Double H, who works for the Iris Network to uncover the truth of what's going on. And both of them are very good companions, and they're both very good companions, and they're both different and unique in their own special ways. Let's see. Another thing in the gameplay, other than being an action title, there are puzzles that you do face in the game. There are puzzles that you do get in the game that involves you having at least 2 characters to solve it. Oh man. Yeah. But anyway, you do get puzzles that you do try to solve with your companions, and also what makes this game unique is the stealth aspect in this game. Since you are a freelance photographer and you're later working for Iris, there are certain pictures that you have to get for the Iris Network, and it involves you being very stealthy and getting around the Alpha Section's guards in order to get the pictures that you need to for the Iris Network to publish their newspapers for the people of Hillis, so they can discover the truth and get on the Iris Network side. I think this is another aspect of the game that it's a different dimension for that set itself aside from different games. What else can I tell you about this game? The people of Beyond Good and Evil, each and every one of them are very unique and special in their own way. If it's not by the dialogue that they say, it's by the way they look and how the way they look. It just gives you another immersion into the game. The graphics of Beyond Good and Evil, it's HD graphics, which they upgraded it from the previous installment to this game. Let's see. The sound of this game, the score of this game, the music score of this game is excellent. It's another thing that really sucks you into the game. I would say the negative of, I would say that's all the good, pretty much of the game. The bad about this game, I would say, is one, the dialogue, the voice dialogue. It does not sync up to the actual characters. It's like an old kung fu movie, which they'll say, "Get away from that person." You see them going, "Get away from that person." It's kind of like that. I think that Ubisoft could have fixed that while they were upgrading, up-resing this game. They could have fixed something like that. I mean, that's a glaring problem. Another thing is the camera angles. There are sometimes the camera, since it is a third-person action game, the camera actually goes it's like top down at some points, and you may be fighting enemies and you can't see your own enemies that you're facing. It's just Jade swinging your staff around and you don't know what you're hitting. I think that's another thing that they could have fixed. Uh, Another thing I would like to see was a little bit, more mini games in the game, and also they could have put more dialogue with the pedestrians of Hillis, just to give their background stories on what's going on and how they feel. You could do that with a couple of the characters that are in the game, but it's very limited, and I wish I could have seen more of that. Um, but anyway, I would tell anybody to go out, if you have not played Beyond Good and Evil, to go ahead and play, experience it. This game is very, very good. It's very good. It's one of my favorite games of last generation. I was very glad and I was very excited that they brought it over as a downloadable title for the PS3 and the Xbox 360. And for those of you who have not played it and who have not experienced it, experience it. Experience this game for what it is. It's a great game and you will not be disappointed. And because the story alone will draw you to this game. The story and the personality of the characters and the emotion that it brings will draw you into this game. And I highly recommend it to anybody who wants to play this game. And another selling point, this game is $10. I mean, when I bought it, it was 20. So back in last gen. So pick it up, people. You won't be disappointed. This concludes this video. Please comment, rate, subscribe, and also follow me on Twitter, www.twitter.com/Naruto180. Until next time, guys, peace.